Welcome, I am Dr. Jongmoon Ko. In my book, Protagoras, Is Man the Measure of All Things? I explore one of history's most provocative questions. What is the true standard of truth and knowledge? Does truth exist independently of human beings, or is it created through our perception? This is not just a theoretical problem. It is a question that shapes how every one of us understands and interacts with the world. Why does the same event appear just to one person but unjust to another? Why do intelligent people look at the same facts but reach different conclusions? To understand this, we must travel back over 2,500 years to ancient Greece during the transformative 5th century BCE. This was the birth of Athenian democracy, where citizens participated directly in the political and legal decisions of their city. Men spoke in public assemblies, defended themselves in courts, and debated laws before thousands of their fellow citizens. In such a society, a new and essential skill emerged, the ability to persuade and argue effectively for one's position. This demand gave rise to a group of influential teachers known as the Sophists, who traveled across Greece teaching rhetoric and reasoning. Among them, the most famous and revolutionary was Protagoras. He shifted the focus of philosophy from the stars down to the human being. Earlier philosophers asked about the fundamental substance of the universe. Protagoras asked a very different question. He asked, what role does the human mind play in understanding reality? His answer would echo through history. Man is the measure of all things, of things that they are, and of things that are not that they are not. This was not just rhetoric. He argued that judgments about truth and reality ultimately depend on human perception and interpretation. Consider a simple example he used. A cold wind blows across a city square. How do we define that wind? One person finds the wind refreshing, another finds it painfully cold. Which of these perceptions is the correct one? Protagoras offered a surprising answer. Both are correct. Each perception reflects the genuine experience of a different individual. Reality is not understood from a single absolute viewpoint. Instead, it appears through the lens of human experience. This idea shocked the thinkers of his time, who had long searched for eternal and unchanging truths about the universe. Protagoras shifted the philosophical center of gravity. Truth was no longer just out there to be discovered in nature. Instead, truth is interpreted through the human mind and refined through social interaction and dialogue. In my book, I describe a fascinating scene in an Athenian courtroom. Two citizens stand before a jury. One claims justice, the other claims injustice. Both present arguments supported by evidence and reasoning. The jury must decide which interpretation is more convincing. Facts alone do not determine human decisions. Interpretation and persuasion are what actually shape truth and direction within a functioning society. This is why sophist education was so influential. They didn't just teach facts. They taught people how to think and communicate. These skills were essential for democracy. Citizens needed to evaluate arguments and defend their own unique perspectives. Protagoras' philosophy was not merely relativism. It was a reflection on how societies construct shared meanings together. Human beings perceive reality through diverse experiences. No single perspective can capture the entire world. For this reason, a healthy society requires constant dialogue, debate, and deep reflection on our differences. Our differences do not have to be a source of conflict. They can become a powerful source of intellectual progress. Debate is a process through which collective wisdom emerges from the meeting of multiple minds. Readers of this book may experience three changes in perspective. First, in how truth itself is understood. Rather than searching for absolute singular answers, we begin to appreciate the beautiful complexity of multiple viewpoints. Second, a change in how we view others. Individuals with different opinions are no longer just wrong. They are seen as essential participants in a broader, richer dialogue that expands our own understanding. Finally, a transformation in personal responsibility. Reasoning is not passive, it is an active human responsibility. This awareness is more valuable today than ever, in an age overflowing with information and noise. The most important skill we can possess is the ability to evaluate and interpret ideas critically and fairly. More than 2 millennia ago, Protagoras introduced this radical idea. We do not observe the world from the outside. Instead, the world is understood through the lens of human perception and our unique individual experiences. That insight remains the enduring lesson of my book. Man is and will always be the measure of all things. To understand the world deeply, we must first understand the human mind that interprets it. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the mind of Protagoras. I hope you find my book enlightening.